Hello everyone, it's Niven, and today I am making CopperCube 6 tutorial video. CopperCube 6 is a game engine which is available for free. Link is in the description, you can download it and follow along. Today I am making an advanced version of CopperCube 6. So just in case, warning, if you don't know the basics of CopperCube 6, you should go back, review the video, and find out what the engine is about and how it operates. Today's topic is a behavior, specifically how to make a player collect something in your game. Now, before every tutorial, I refresh your memory, so I will do it once again. I will start with the windows. We have 5 main windows in the game engine. We have Scene Graphic Explorer, as you can see with my mouse pointing, which showcases everything that we have in the game engine. We have Properties, which is about a specific object, for example, a cube mesh, skybox. We have Prefabs, which are pre-made default assets which you can use in game engine. Now, you can also import and export the game assets, which I already covered in the import-export tutorial. The 4th window is Textures, where you can see all the textures right here. And the final one, we have the main window right here, which I just press with my left mouse click and I can interact. I can zoom in with the mouse wheel, I can zoom out, and I also can move using Shift and the left mouse key, like this. Now, let's go back to the advanced tutorial. Now, what we need to do is we need to create a character which will collect something in the game. First of all, let's click on Skybox, then right mouse click and delete. Cube Mesh, do the same. Now, we have nothing in the scene, absolutely nothing. Now we need to add something. To add something, you go to Create right here, and you add whatever you want. Now, I want to add a terrain. I have done the terrain tutorial, so if you want to refresh the memory, go back and watch the terrain tutorial. On the terrain tutorial, we know how to create a terrain. We click on terrain, and then it shows the properties window. Please specify how the terrain should look like in the beginning. Now, we need a size. Let's leave the size on default. You can change this. We have decorations, which is create trees, create grass. Now, we don't want grass or trees. Now, topology is the maximum height, which is the size above. And the topology, we have only hills, desert, and flat. I just want to choose flat. We have here the textures. I don't need to mess with this yet. And let's click OK. And this has created just a flat surface. Now, if we go to Publish, and if we click right here, Publish and test the application, this is what's going to happen. Now we see this is a camera which has no behavior, nothing absolutely connected to the game engine. We press Escape. Now we need to create a camera. We need to create a first-person camera. So create first-person camera, create a camera, and we have multiple cameras. We have also done a tutorial about this. We create first-person shooter camera and click OK. And as you can see, if you go to camera, it has 2 behaviors. First behavior is about the character. So it's the movement speed, the rotation, which is also the sensitivity, the jump speed, the vertical angle. Then it says can fly, look only when moving, and smooth moving. Now we don't need any of these 3. So we should have this unchecked. Let's change the movement speed to 0.06, rotation speed to 100. We don't need jump, so we create 0, and maximum vertical angle, I love to have 70. Now if we click Publish and press, you can see our character is on the ground, and you can move it with W, S, A, D, like this. And it moves around. Now, Collide when moved showcases the size of the character, the relative position of the camera, and if it's affected by gravity, and enable inclination. We don't need to enable inclination because then the character will go up and down. So we just need to change the relative position. Now I want this camera to be at the top, right? At the top. So what we do is we click here and we match the position in the center to this. So for example, if you see there is 12, we press 12 and here it is. Do you see that? Do you see what I did? All right, let's do it one more time. So as you can see, we have camera like this. Then we go to relative position and change it to 12 because in the middle, it's also 12. Now, if we want a higher character, we change this to, for example, 15. And we also change down here to 15. Those two, 6 and 6, apply to the width and the overall size of the character. So if we press play now, you can see the character has become bigger. Now, this is just basics. I did the same thing in the basics tutorial. Now, what we need to do is, first of all, we need to put this character on the ground so it won't jump like this. Look. Do you see? It jumps. Do you see? Look. It jumps. So we don't need that. So we need to, first of all, click this, which is the camera. This is the camera navigation. Where it goes, the camera follows. We click the camera using Control, and then we press down like this. And see, it's not supposed to be touching the ground. It's supposed to be a bit above, like this. And now you press this, it doesn't jump anymore. Now, we need this character to collect something. So what do we need the character to collect? We go down to prefabs. Once again, this is just an example tutorial. If you want to create your own character, your own materials, you have to check out the import-export video. Now, let's say we have book. We click on book. See? There is a book. Now, if you just click play and you go to the book, it does nothing. It just levitates. See? Absolutely nothing. Now, what we need to do is we need to put this book on the ground, like this. See? Like this. Need to put it on the ground, like that. So it's on the ground. Now we go play, and now we need to collect this book. Now let's make this book bigger. So we go to, once again, press book, attributes. It shows the name, the position, the rotation, and scale. Now let's change this to 1, 1, and 1. Now this is a big book. So let's change it to 0.5. This is also a bigger book. Let's change it to 0.3. This is a normal side. Now we need to put it a bit higher like this so it won't be touching the ground. And press play. See, now we have a book. But somehow we don't know how to collect it. There are 3 ways how to collect an object. First of all, we can make a proximity meter. Now if we click on book, go to behaviors, and we click right here, add a new behavior. We go to behavior triggered by events, and we go down to on proximity do something. Now, if you see, there is a sphere. Now, if something, for example, the character is inside of the sphere, you will collect this book. Look, distance is 10. I want to make it bigger because, see, my camera is bigger. Let's make it 50, like that. Let's move this right away. And near to what? The current active camera, which is this camera. As you can see, it says active. It's supposed to be active. If this is not active, you can easily change this by going to attributes and clicking right here, active. Do you see that? See? Now it's active, inactive, active, inactive. This helps you to change multiple cameras in the game, which will be also going around with another tutorial. Now, let's go back to the book. So on proximity, now when you enter the radius, so once you enter this radius, action, what will happen? let's click right here, and now it says hide or unhide a scene node. We can click this, then it says toggle visibility, make invisible, which scene node, click on book, and say OK. Say OK, and now if we press this, we go here, and we collected the book. Now, in real sense of the basic programming, we did not collect the book. We just make the book disappear. Now, how do we collect the book, right? For example, we need, let's say, a door. Let's put a door, right? So, let's make this door once again big. We go from attributes, make it 2, 2, 2, like this, right? And let's say we need to collect this book, right? We did, to go through this door. Now, see, the door is closed, right? We cannot go through this door. Now, how do we make a book being collected so the door can open? It's very simple. We go to the book once again, and we delete the proximity meter. Now, you need to listen very carefully on this. We need to go to new 3D scene. And as you can see, a 3D scene can also have a behavior. Now, here, there are only 3 types of behavior. There are scripted behaviors, which I'll explain later what these are. There are behavior triggered by events, which means when a key is pressed every few seconds, and we need this before first drawing do something. We also need to click this on reload and put action. Now, we need to set a variable right here. Now, what does setting a variable mean? Setting a variable means that you have something like a book, which if you collect, you can open the door. So, we click book, and now the book is 0. So we leave this at 0. Now, we go to the door right here, and we click on the behavior right here. We go to, when clicked on this, do something. We should always put this, check this one, bounding box text only, and we should put action. And right here, we have variables and text. Now, you can see that if a variable has a value, do something. So, if a character, camera, has a something, which is a book, and it's equal to 1, then this door will open. And how will we open the door? We can change, we can unhide or hide a scene node, or we can change the rotation. Now, let's go back, listen carefully. Let's go to attributes. As you can see, this door right here is at 0 rotation right here. So, let's rotate this door. This is the main axis, and as you can see rotation changes, and it sets to 90, right? So this is an open door. We click on 0, it's closed. Now, go to behavior right here, and then put an action saying that change rotation of a scene node, set absolute rotation. We should change the door, or you can also say the current scene node, but I like to choose. And we should change the vector to -90, because as we know, it changed at -90. And rotate animated. This is a time which a door needs to open. You can lower this, or you can give more, bigger number if you want. Now, if you click OK, and we play, this is what's going to happen. Nothing happens. We are clicking on the door, but nothing happens. Do we collect the book? No, we cannot. Now, how do we collect the book and open the door? We click on the book, we press this one. Once again, behavior triggered by events. When clicked on this, do something. Bounding box test, always, action, and right here, we hide or unhide a scene node. You can make this invisible. And we need two variable text, set or change a variable. So we know that the book is 0, right? So we need to change book to 1. So when the player has 1 as book, it opens the door. Let's test it out. Look, I'm not interacting with this. I'm not clicking anything. I'm going to the door. I'm clicking. Nothing happens. Now, I collect the book. I clicked on it. I go to the door. I clicked on the door and it opens. It is as simple as that. It is very simple. I will go through it once again. First of all, we create, before first draw, do something. We create a variable, which is book. You can have anything. You can have a key. You can have an elephant. You can have any type of word. It just needs to be like this. And you have to put value to 0. Then you can choose the object which you want to do something with. For example, open the door or maybe move the door. And you have to press, if a variable has something, book, and change it to 1, and then do action, whatever you want to do with the door. And once again, we have to click on this, and as you can see, it's right here. If you want, at any point, you can pause the video and you can always go back and see what I did here. I hope you learned something with this tutorial. As I said, this is a basic tutorial on how to collect things and how to make that thing do something to a door or any other object. This is very simple. I really encourage you to go through the Ambiera CopperCube 6 book, which is linked down in the description. You can go over the actions, what they do, how they work. You can read that. I did the same thing, which is showcased in that book. And yeah, you can always stop the video, go back, and of course, ask the questions in the comment section. I will be making other tutorials as well, dealing with more advanced stuff. Unfortunately, I want to say that there won't be any basic tutorials anymore because we have covered mostly all of the things in my previous tutorials. Now what you need to do is really focus on the game engine, focus on the behaviors, which I mentioned right here, and try to make something which works for you. Thanks everyone for watching. I once again hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.